All right, guys, this is your homework for night. Just kind of review the sections, each one. On this first one, since they want you to find the next term, always start to see if you can see the pattern by adding. So if I look here, let me get my font right. Sorry. It goes from a -3 to a -1. If I add 2, that'll give me a -1. And if I check to see if that works for the next term, if I add 2 here, that does give me a +1. So here we're adding 2 each time. So that common difference is 2. So they wanted you to find the D or the R, that's what it is, and find the next term. So if I add 2 here, the next term would be 7. And this is an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so you just determining which type of sequence by looking at the pattern, how it's changing each time, if it's changing by adding or is it changing by multiplying. Remember, adding is arithmetic and multiplying is geometric. Now here we're going to have to come up with the rule. All right, first we have to determine the type of sequence we have. So if I look here, it goes to 2 to 4. I mean 2 to 8, this is times 4. Let's see if that repeats. Yeah, 8 times 4 is 32. So because we're doing times 4 every time, our common ratio is 4. Then you have to write the rule because we're talking about a geometric sequence here. The explicit rule is a sub n equals a sub 1 times that common ratio change and then n minus 1. So now I'm just going to substitute the parts. A sub 1 represents the first term. That is our first term right here, 2. So if I substitute in, I have 2 parentheses, my r, my ratio, common ratio was 4. Close that parentheses, sorry. And then we're going to have n minus 1. So here they want you to use this formula. This is my formula, my geometric formula for my sequence. But to use that formula to find the 8th term, a sub 8. So when I plug this back in, 8 is our n. So this would be 2 parentheses 4, and then we're doing 8 minus 1. So really this is saying 2 times 4 to the 7th power. We're going to need your calculator for that. So you want to do the exponent first. We're doing the 2 to the 7th power. Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't 2 to the 7th power. I think it was 4. Yeah, 4. Sorry. 2 parentheses, close parentheses. I'm going to raise that to the 7th power. And we get 32,768. Okay. So find the sequence first and then plug in the formula, plug in the parts into the formula to use that to find the 8th term. So hopefully, like you see this number 9, it is adding 3 each time. Because we have repeated addition or a constant of adding 3, this is arithmetic. And so the formula for that is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. Number 9 is similar to what we did here on number 5. All right. Try to plug in your parts, distribute your d, your difference, your common difference, and then combine like terms. Okay, you are going to need to simplify here. All right, now on the back here, they wanted you to write the rule, the interim rule for the arithmetic and the geometric. If I see d equals, that lets me know it's arithmetic versus r equals. So we did 11, 12, so let me just kind of recap on 13 here. I see d equals -5, so that lets me know it's an arithmetic formula, which is a sequence, excuse me, a sub n equals a sub 1 plus the n minus 1 times d. So this is the 10th term. A sub 10 is the 10th term. I need to find that a sub 1 first. I could do that by plugging in the values we got for the 10th term. So that would be 150 equals a sub 1 10 minus 1, because we're talking about the 10th term, times the common difference of a negative 5. So if I simplify this, 150 equals a sub 1 plus 9 times a negative 5, which is 45. Minus 45. So we're going to solve for the first term, the a sub 1, by adding 45 to both terms. Okay. To both sides, sorry. And that lets me know that my a sub 1, the first term, is 195. So now that I know that, now you have your a sub 1, they want you to find the 20th term. And the way we did that is did a sub 20, starting up with that first term, 195, plus, now we're doing 20 minus 1 times that negative 5. So you're just working it out, okay? So this is arithmetic, and over here, number 14 is a geometric because we have r equals. So I would like kind of look at number 12, see what we did there, and see if you can follow the steps to help you with 14. Now 15 through 18, this is very complex. You probably need to go over these together in class, because you could do some problem solving, but like try to get back to the first term starting with 15, but that's huge to do that. So what I would do, I want to find the a sub 1 using our values, because we're talking about, this one is the arithmetic sequence. So if I know a sub 20 would be the first term, a sub 1, plus 20 minus 1 times that difference. Okay. So I'm going to simplify this. I know this would be 240 here, really. I'm just substituting that. Equals a sub 1 plus 19 times d. So I'm just going to make that 19d. So this is our equation for the 20th term. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you. I'm going to come up with two equations, and I'm going to solve by elimination. So if I do a sub 15, right, same thing. So I'm just, instead of doing a sub 15, I'm just saying my 170 equals a sub 1 plus 15 minus 1, that's 15 times d. So when I simplify this, 170 equals a sub 1 plus 14d. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line these up. So if I put, like, I'll put it right here. Plus 14d. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do elimination to solve for a sub 1, or to solve for d, the difference. Right now I can't eliminate the a sub 1s because they're both positive. I need to make this negative, so I have to multiply by a -1. So basically, I'm just gonna, that makes this a negative, negative, and a negative. Okay. Now these will cancel. Now I can solve for d, because this is basically 19 plus a negative 14d is going to leave me with 5d. Here, this is going to leave me with 70. Okay. And then I'm dividing by 5 to get my d, my common difference. Okay. So now that I have that common difference, I can use that to find my a sub 1. So this is a lot of steps. I'm probably not going to have you have to do all this. It's 14, sorry. You're not going to have to do all of this to get to the next two terms. So since they want the next two terms, I need to get my a sub 1. This goes back to a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1. And I know that difference is 14. So when I simplify, my a sub n equals a sub 1 plus 14 n minus 14. I'm going to distribute this. And then I'm going to work backwards to get to that a sub 1, the first term, Or no, I could actually, because they just give right the row the interim, give next two terms. I guess we could do the next two terms for after 20 and 15. But let me just finish what we're doing. So because I want to find this a sub 1, I'm going to use my, knowing that my a sub 15 was 70, 170, excuse me. So 170 equals a sub 1 plus 14 times 15 and minus 20. I mean, minus 14, sorry. All right, so I'm going to just do my math. 14 and 15 is 210 minus the 14 is 196. Then I have this. Okay, so I'm running out of room, but this turns into 196. And I'm going to add that to, I'm going to subtract that, sorry, from the 170, which is 26, which means a sub 1 equals a negative 26. So that's the first term. And then because I found out the D is adding 14 each time, I can just add 14 to that. And that will give me the next term, which is 12. I need to double check that. But we'll go over these in class because you have to write a system and then you have to cancel out, solve for the common difference, and then plug it back in to find your first term. So don't worry about these last two. I'll do these in class. All right, thanks.